Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. As you can see, today's video is a little bit different. I am not recording a face-to-face video of me doing an intro today. I am just going to do some voiceovers. We recently just got back from a little quick vacation and I've just been unpacking and trying to get the house back in order, but I still wanted to put out this video. I actually recorded this of me cleaning my house before we left for vacation. So I've been trying to kind of put it all together and create this video for y'all to give you some good cleaning motivation. And I just honestly haven't had the time to sit down in front of the camera and do any specific talking. So this is what we're going to have today, but I think you'll still enjoy it. I have a lot of good clips in here and a lot of good cleaning motivation. So I'm going to talk you through it. So I never even realized how long it actually takes me to clean my kitchen until I started this YouTube channel. I was cleaning the kitchen that night and it was pretty late, but I was filming, and once I finished, I went back to look at my phone and realized that I had been filming for over an hour, which meant I had been cleaning for over an hour. And it didn't even feel like that. My kitchen was not even that dirty, but it just still takes me a long time to get it done. But like I've said before, I always start with the kitchen because we do have an open floor plan and it motivates me to keep going and do more when I can look back and see that that area is clean and done. I've mentioned this before, but when I'm cleaning my countertops, I love using this granite gold. It is not streak, it gets almost anything off. I've even had like spaghetti sauce on my white countertops before, and I'm so scared that it's going to stain them. And when I spray that on it, it just literally wipes it off so easy. If you have quartz, or even if you don't have quartz, I think that it would work perfect on anything, but it's one thing that I have found that works amazing for my quartz countertops. Once the kitchen is done, I move to the living room. This is, like I said, an open floor plan, so this is the next room that you can see directly from the kitchen. And I had just a little bit of laundry to complete, so I went ahead and folded and sorted that so it could be put away. There's not that much that has to be done in the living room other than dusting, but I do like to fluff the pillows and just kind of put them in order and pick up any toys that the kids may have and put them in their place. But it's pretty simple when it comes to the living room. But like I said, I like to have my living room and kitchen clean just because it's so open and they look out to each other, and it just makes everything feel much more clean, and it motivates me to get some more done. I love this entryway table. I actually found it a few years back at Kirkland's back in the clearance room. I really like going to Kirkland's, but I do think some of their things tend to be a little expensive, so anytime I go, I always go straight back to the clearance. And most times they have something like a piece of furniture or a bigger item that'll be marked down pretty good. I can't remember exactly what I gave for this table, but I am a bargain hunter, so it wouldn't have been too much. But it's been with us at the old house and now this house, and I just feel like it fits perfect in this little area. And it's super easy to clean and dust. And again, as I'm cleaning, I'm always cleaning off the lamps and the items on the table as well so that everything is nice and clean. Before I even start packing for the trip, I always do all of the laundry because I don't want to have to sort through what I'm going to take and what's going to be my outfits with kids' outfits and then have to wash them. I just go ahead and wash everything, and that way everything is clean and folded, and it makes packing so much easier. So that's what I'm doing here. This is my master bathroom tile shower, and I don't know if I've shared it before or not, but it is massive. Like, when they were building the house, they would call this the car wash, and it is huge. I love it, but it is absolutely a pain to clean. And if you have a tile shower, then you understand exactly what I'm talking about. So I've tried several different things. Here I'm just kind of using a little cheat method, the Lysol wipes to wipe down the bench. But thankfully I have a spray handle that I can just take off and spray everything down for the long distances. I don't even know the exact square footage of this shower, but it's big. It goes from one end of my bathroom to the other. And I don't always do the Ajax on the shower except for when it's getting pretty bad and it's kind of overdue, and it was definitely time for a deep cleaning. So I take it section by section and I just do half of the shower and scrub the best I can, and then I'll go back with the handheld one to kind of rinse it off, and then I do the other side of the shower as well. Usually between cleaning it like this, I can just sweep it and then steam mop it to kind of get it by, but when it gets pretty bad, it needs to be scrubbed like this, and it takes a very long time. So if you're thinking about having a tile shower, just keep that in mind. They're beautiful, but they are a pain to clean. If you've been here long enough, then you know this is exactly how my master bathroom looks at the end of every week. And I was getting ready to start packing, so before I even started trying to pull out the things that I would need to put in my suitcase, I actually put everything away in its proper place, and I cleaned the bathroom completely, and that way I could go back and then decide what needed to be packed, because we all know that when you're packing, it gets messy anyways, and it just helps me to be prepared and know that I'm taking what I need and not things that I don't. If I just go ahead and clean the whole bathroom, put everything away, and then I can just pull out exactly what's needed to go in the suitcase. One of the last rooms that I clean is my master bedroom, honestly, because it takes me a while and I really actually don't even like cleaning it. So throughout the week, whenever I'm doing laundry, I will confess I have a guilty habit of doing laundry throughout the week and then kind of just either folding it or it gets chunked in the floor of my master bedroom. So when I'm cleaning, I have to go through and fold all of the laundry and make myself put it away, which is probably why I wait forever and do my bedroom last, because I know that chore is going to be sitting there waiting for me and I absolutely hate to do it. It's not folding the laundry that I don't like, it's the actual process of putting it away. That point and that process, for whatever reason, it just gets on my nerves and I hate to do it, but it has to be done and somebody's got to do it, and that somebody is always me. So that's getting done today. Although I actually really hate cleaning my room and doing the laundry, one thing that I do enjoy is vacuuming. To me, it's just really therapeutic, and I really like looking back and seeing the lines on the carpet once it's all clean. So when it comes to vacuuming, I really don't mind doing that chore. The last thing that I do is my hardwoods. I steam mop them with a Shark steam mop. And I've said before, I use water. When they get really bad, I add just a little bit of vinegar. I've been doing them pretty regular recently, so I'm just using the water here and getting them pretty good and clean. I love this steam mop. It works so fast and it dries quickly, so it allows me to be able to walk back over the area without having to wait a long time for it to dry. That's very important if you have kids, because you know how kids are. They do not have much patience. And also, if you have a husband, he's not very patient either when it comes to being told you can't walk to a certain room or a certain area because the floor is wet. So that's another good perk about having a steam mop, is that the floor dries pretty quick. Plus, they clean up really tough spilled on messes very easily. Like, I can hold the steam mop over anything that's gotten spilled on the floor and just let it get like a little steam on it, and then I can go back and forth with the mop and it gets the dirt up very easily. I haven't used many other brands, but I do use the Shark, and like I can say, my vacuum cleaner is a Shark and my steam mop is a Shark, and I don't have any complaints on either of those. So if you're in the market for a steam mop, definitely look into that. I love it. I think it's an investment that is worth having, and I think you will love it as well. So I know today's video has been a little bit different without me doing the face-to-face intro or exit clips, but I've enjoyed just doing the voiceovers and sharing with you all kind of like how I'm cleaning my house when I'm preparing for a trip, and be on the lookout for a video coming up soon on how to pack for a vacation with a family of 4. But this is a little bit of how I prepare before we go on trips. I always clean my house and get it all in order because I don't want to come home to a messy house and have to clean when I'm already going to have to unpack and get everything settled when we come home. So again, I've enjoyed this video today, and I hope that y'all have too. Don't forget to click the like button and subscribe, and keep watching for more. Thanks, guys. The dreaded before of my kids' playroom, and I'm gonna see if I can get a sneak peek at the closet. In the closet we have like a toy box which is full of stuff, and this basket is full, more baskets, Barbies, all kinds of junk. And this playroom is going to get a complete clean out, makeover. Like literally I should probably get rid of like 80% of all this stuff. Honestly, I feel like it's just about sinful how much stuff my kids have. And as bad as this looks, believe it or not, last night my daughter had a sleepover, and her friend decided to start cleaning, and they spent quite a bit of time in here working. So imagine it being even worse than this. I know that's probably hard to imagine, but it actually was. So I'm gonna clean it, I'm gonna organize it, and I'm gonna take y'all along with me, and we're gonna do a massive clean out. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, then you are in for a good video today, as I'm going to be taking you along with me while I clean out the playroom. As you can see here, it is completely out of control and out of hand, and it's gotten way too far past the point of return. But it's time for me to take it on, head on, and get it organized and get it cleaned. And also, while my kids are gone, I'm going to be going through all of these toys, and we're going to be donating toys and getting rid of things that honestly they don't need. Clearly, they have way too much. So I hope you're excited for this video today as I take you along with me and we organize the playroom, and I'm going to show you how I get some massive cleaning done and provide some good motivation for y'all, especially if you have a playroom or just an area where your kids keep their toys too. I hope this motivates you to get that cleaned out and organized and taken care of. So let's get into it. So the first thing that I like to do is create piles, and I'm separating everything out so that it makes sense. I didn't want to go around the room and work on the toys against the wall first, since everything was already pulled out. I figured it would be better just to go ahead and start sorting through the things that they had out. So I'm trying to make sense of all of this mess so that I can start to clean. Sometimes you feel like you have to clean before you can clean. Well, this is kind of how I felt right now. I had to get it a little bit under control before I could actually begin organizing. So I know it doesn't really look like it, but believe it or not, I have separated that massive pile that was in the center into 3 separate piles. And basically what I've got going on is I have like stuffed animals here, I have baby dolls here, and then this situation is like a hodgepodge of baby doll clothes, Barbie doll clothes, and just some other kind of little toys that I need to sort through. I feel like this is kind of the point where I get to when I stop and I look back and I'm like, okay, it's basically organized mass chaos, and I'm kind of feeling a little bit overwhelmed and I'm not sure what to do next to get past that point. So I'm just taking a little break to kind of look back and reevaluate. I think I might just kind of skip over this and jump to the books and stuff back there and start organizing that. Sometimes when you have something as big as this, where the playroom is just so much junk and it's gotten so bad, you have to stop and take a minute and just take that break and, look at it from far back versus being all up in the middle of it to try to figure out where you're going to go next, because otherwise I find myself just kind of moving things around versus getting stuff done. So that's what I'm going to do right now, and then when I figure out what I'm going to do next, then I'll get back to it. So I decided to take my own advice and I started with the books. I sat down and I tried to organize the books that we had here in this basket. My children actually have a lot more books than just seen here. We also have some in the dresser, and there's another basket that they have full of them. And I've wanted to do like a bookshelf, but I'm not quite sure how I want to go about that. I can't decide if I want to like build one and attach it to the wall somewhere, or if I want to buy a new one. I haven't decided on that. So y'all let me know in the comments if you have any recommendations, or if you have like a cute bookshelf that your kids like that you would love to share with me that you think would be good in this space, because I'm honestly open to any and all options at this point. But I really think that it's super important to have the books in the playroom, because yeah, they love the toys, and of course we have the TV for movies, but obviously I would love them to sit down and read books, because I think that that is beneficial. But honestly, as a child, I can't say that I sat down and read a book too many times in my playroom. But anyways, wishful thinking, right? So I'm organizing the books. I like to organize them if we have any like seasonal books, as far as like Christmas books or Halloween books, anything like that. I'll put those together, and then other than that, I try to keep like chapter books and maybe base them off the size so that they fit in the baskets well. And then once I finished that, I was just kind of moving things around, getting it in order so I could continue working in the space. And again, trying to decide what to do next. I'm just kind of throwing stuff around, and we're moving on to the dresses. So we have like 1,000,000 princess dresses. Well, not really a million, but it feels like it. And it probably looks like it to you. But my children, they love to play dress up. And so we have collected them. One fun fact, if you have a little girl and she loves to play dress up too, but you don't want to pay big money for these dresses at Halloween or after Halloween, when like Walmart and your Halloween stores mark down their costumes, that is when you can truly rack up on these things. And my children have so many outfits that we have collected from those sales over the years. But of course, it's time to pull them out and get rid of like duplicates or ones that have been worn down and just messed up and that aren't feasible anymore. So we're doing that now, pulling them out. As you can see, we have doubles, and that's not necessary. So yeah, we're cleaning and organizing the dress ups, trying to get it put together with what makes sense and what looks good. And then the rest of them I will probably donate, as long as they're not too raggedy. Like, I don't want to donate stuff that I feel like has holes and just looks terrible, because if it's not going to be able to be used, I don't think that that's fair. So I am donating things that I think looks good, that other little girls deserve to have also. And I'm trying to decide really where I want to donate this stuff to. But all in all, right now, my main goal is to get it out of this playroom and out of my house, because it's just a little bit too congested for me. Once I had all the dresses done, I organized other accessories like their aprons or hats or just shoes and things. We actually have like these hooks on the side of the little princess dress up hanging thing situation we have here, and I feel like it's really handy for these accessories, so I was organizing that also. And then I have a small basket that I have like their dress up shoes and stuff that I went through as well. Once I finished that, it looked so much better and I was able to move on to some other things. So I kind of shifted gears, went to the opposite side of the room and started picking up some things on the floor over here. Again, I was still trying to put things into piles and make it make sense. When things are so unorganized as it is right now, it's really hard to make it make sense. But if you do a little bit at a time and do the best you can, eventually you get to the point where you can start to see a breakthrough. You start to feel like your hard work is paying off. But all in all, y'all, stick around because at the end of this video, you're going to see how much of an improvement this playroom made by me cleaning it out. Like, it doesn't even look like the same room. I cannot wait to show y'all. So we have this like 3-drawer plastic organizer that I found from Walmart. I really like it because they make all different sizes, and we happened to find one in pink, which was perfect for my girls. But these organizers are just extra little storage spaces for the small toys. I don't know the purpose of all these teeny tiny little toys other than for it to drive me absolutely insane and for us to lose half the pieces. But anyways, here I am again trying to make sense of it and organize it and throwing away about 90% of it because my kids are gone, and that's the best way I know how to handle this situation. But anywho, if you need some type of organizing system for the toys in your playroom or just an area, check out Walmart because these little plastic drawers are like the perfect organizing systems and I love them. And also, bonus, the fact that it has wheels on it and I can just push it around and move it to different areas. I love that feature. Okay, this was the point in the project where I was getting tired and just about over it, so I had to call it a night. I had already cleaned for about 3 hours and it was just past my bedtime. So I decided to stop for the night, go to bed, and I resumed the next day, which you will see coming up. This is actually 2 days worth of filming because it definitely took me that long to clean the playroom. I mean, come on y'all, you saw how bad it was. Anyways, keep watching. It is day 2 of the playroom clean out, and if you hear some noise in the background, that would be my husband. He's outside with a dump trailer and a tractor cleaning off all of the junk and debris that was left after we built the house that has sat there for over a year. And he actually thinks that I'm still asleep, which I'm gonna let him think that because I don't want to get pulled to that project. I've got other things to handle, like this playroom. So again, like I said, it's day 2. Last night I just kind of had to stop. It was too much. It was getting really late and it was to the point where I was just moving things around. I wasn't really accomplishing anything, and so I stopped, and I'm going to resume today with all intentions of finishing today and getting this done, especially since my kids are not home. And as a mother, you know that is the perfect opportunity to get rid of some toys that they hadn't played with and that they don't need. So let's get to it. I decided to start today off with this kitchen. I love the fact that my girls have a play kitchen. I think it is one of the cutest little toys that a child could have. I love watching them play the house, and they like to make things for me, and it's so cute. What I don't love about the kitchen stuff is the constant losing of these small pieces of food and the spatulas, and it's like, how do we make sense of this? How can I organize this to a point where they will continue to upkeep that? Because honestly, I've done this several times. I've organized the food and put them in little baggies and labeled them and all of the things that make it look so great when you get done. But the reality is, my 4-year-old and my 9-year-old, do not care, and they don't keep it clean like that. So I decided to skip that today and save my sanity, and I just kind of organized it and put it away in the best way I knew how. And honestly, again, I threw away about 95% of these little toys and stuff in their kitchen that they just didn't need. And then I moved on to the dresser. This dresser actually used to be in my oldest daughter's bedroom at our old house, and she didn't want it in her room. We actually did a new bedroom suite when we moved here, so I felt like that dresser was going to fit perfectly in the playroom, and it has worked out wonderfully. So I store movies, books, board games, all kinds of things like that in here, and it's amazing. If you have a playroom and you're looking for something for storage for stuff like that, I highly recommend trying that because it works out perfect. Okay, everybody, this is what we're working with. I have finally narrowed it down to piles that you can actually see separation between. We can see carpet, which is like amazing, so I didn't think that time would ever come. I have gone through this dresser here. I like to put movies in there and board games and things like that. I just feel like it's a good place to store stuff like that. And then I've gone through the kitchen and organized that. I actually think I'm gonna move the kitchen maybe over here, but whenever I get everything cleaned out, then I'll figure out where I want to put stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and go through the pile of baby dolls and the pile of stuffed animals and kind of figure out between these two things and then the remaining toys what toys we want to donate, because we don't need these many toys. We should never have gotten to this point, and honestly, me and my husband don't hardly buy toys for our kids. This is stuff that grandparents have given or Santa Claus or from birthday parties. Like, it's just gotten way out of hand. So it's definitely time to go through and donate. So that's what I'm about to start doing next. And then I'm going to move to the closet, which I hope it's not that terribly bad, but they do have a toy box in there that has to be pulled out and gone through as well. So I feel like I'm getting close, but I'm just trying not to look back and keep moving forward and get this done, especially since my kids are still gone and I have to get this done before they get home. So let's get back to it. As I said, I am going to donate a lot of these toys. I love the opportunity to give back to others because I feel like that God has blessed my family so much, and so anytime we get a chance to help somebody else, I try to do that. Also, I love to get my kids involved. I know I've cleaned out a lot of their playroom without them here, but when it comes to the donating part, I will have them involved because it makes them feel happy to know that they gave to somebody else, and I'm also trying to teach them the importance of giving back to others as well. So I'm trying to find a family in need around here that needs toys or just anything like that that we can give to donate, or like a local charity around here. We used to give to Goodwill, but honestly I've gotten to the point where I would rather give to either somebody individually or, like I said, a local charity. So that's kind of what I'm preparing for here. And just as I thought it couldn't get any worse, I opened up the door to the closet where they have 3 other toy boxes full of junk. So I went through all that, and also you can't really see it with this angle, but I have this organizer, which later in the video I'll show it to you and talk you through it and kind of explain it. I feel like it's genius. I started doing this at our old house when we didn't have hardly any storage, and I needed to find something functional to put their toys in, especially Barbies. But essentially it is a shoe rack that you hang, and I stick the Barbies inside of it because it's a good place to display them and prevents them from falling at the end of a toy box and getting all kind of matted up and just dingy looking, which actually our Barbies look like that anyways. But this system that I have found to help organize really does work, and it looks a lot better. I'm at the point in the Playroom project where I am reminded why I've put this off for so long. And now I've laid down, which is your first mistake when you're cleaning. Don't stop, because then you don't want to finish. And that's where I'm at. I don't want to finish, but I'm so close to being done. I think like basically all I have to do is put the stuff where it belongs and vacuum, and then I'm pretty much done, other than like hauling off the stuff, which is the worst part. I'll probably drive around with for weeks with all of the toys in my car until I take it somewhere to donate, but I'm almost finished. So I'm so close to the finish line. I'm gonna push through and I'm gonna get done so I can show y'all what it looks like, because it is so much better. Y'all, we are finally so close to the finish line. I cannot believe it. Like, you can see carpet in here, and I'm at the point where I'm actually putting things away in their own spot, and it makes me so excited to finally be just about done. So I'm taking the things now. I've pretty much figured out what I'm going to keep and what I'm going to give away and what I'm going to throw away. As you can see here, I think you can see maybe 3 of the big garbage bags. Y'all, I had 6 of those dudes, like completely jam-packed full of just junk that we have gotten rid of. And it feels so good. Anyways, I'm putting away the baby dolls now that we are keeping. I have like baskets to put them in instead of like toy boxes, because I want them to be able to be where my daughter can kind of see them so that they don't get forgotten, so she'll actually play with them. I found that that does help. But then once I got all of the toys put away in baskets, I finally was able to vacuum. I think I've mentioned this before, but for me, vacuuming is very therapeutic. I love seeing the clean lines in the carpet. I love just focusing on what I'm doing. And once I get to the point that I'm vacuuming, I feel like I really am at the very end of completing my project, because at this point, once I'm done vacuuming, I can just rearrange the furniture, which you'll see here that I decided to do, and get it exactly how I like it, and it's just about done. So stay tuned. Y'all are going to be completely amazed at the final end of this project. Like I said, I did decide to kind of rearrange the furniture in here. I do this quite frequently, actually. I try to mix it up because the kids like it when you mix it up. It makes them feel like they actually have something new, even if they don't. And I like it too. I can just kind of experiment with the space and figure out what I like and what I don't like. So I moved the kitchen down to this side of the dresser, and then also I decided to do something that I haven't done before. I took the dress-up thing and I decided to move it directly in front of the window. I was worried at first. I thought it would take away like from the sunshine and kind of make the area dark, but it doesn't at all. Like, there's plenty of room for the sunshine to still shine through, and I really like this because with it this angle, it's like you can see the dresses head on versus from the side, and so the kids like it too. So I liked this setup over here. And then I decided to move the 3-drawer plastic storage system kind of to this little corner nook, and that worked out good. All in all, like, the way I choose to set up the furniture, I want it to be functional but also cute, I guess you would say. But I like to have it in a way that the kids kind of have what you would call like centers, where they can kind of play in these areas in hopes that it'll help the room stay clean. But also I like to leave this center area very open so that they can get stuff out when they choose to, because they like to have playing room. And then also they like to have room to store all their toys whenever they're done playing that they just want to leave out for me to clean, as you saw. So I want to kind of walk you through the closet and how it turned out. So I have this big basket in the back, and I decided to put stuffed animals in it. And then the smaller baskets have the baby dolls, as you can see here. I kind of lined trucks and stuff along the wall. And then here's that organizer, like the shoe organizer I was telling you about. You see how it works perfect for Barbie dolls? You can just like stuff them in there and then you can see them. Honestly, like I love that idea. I can't remember where I got that. And then at the top I put like Legos and blocks, and I've labeled those containers, and some more board games. Okay, the playroom is finally finished, and so I'm going to reveal it to y'all now. It's insane to me how much better it looks. And I did rearranging too to kind of make it feel more open, so I'm going to kind of walk you through it. Over here I put their little bean bags and the books, and it also sits in front of the TV. I moved the kitchen from over here to there, and then of course put the little doll bed there. And I had the dress up stuff in this corner over here, and I moved it in front of the window. I've never done it like this before. I kind of like it. Honestly, I mix up the playroom. I kind of move things around all the time just to make it feel different and kind of refresh. But I feel like this setup looks really good. So I had this little 3-bin kind of plastic situation that I got from Walmart that is good to stick toys in, obviously. We need a lot of things for that, but it works really good. So they have baby doll stuff in there and just random little toys. And then a basket for the princess dress-up shoes and more books. Again, that's the kitchen. And they have some artwork that they hung a while back they painted a while back that I need to hang. And I think I'm gonna hang it on this wall. This wall's really blank and it just needs something. I thought that would be cute to hang some artwork that they painted. And then let me show you the closet, okay? This is it. It still has a lot in it. Like, y'all saw how much I got rid of, but still they have a ton. And honestly, we could get rid of more, but this was good for today. A very, very good start. But I feel like it's so much more organized and it looks so much better. We'll see how long it lasts. The kids are not home yet, so I'll report back on that, but the goal is to keep it clean. I need to do like a chore list or something to motivate them. If y'all have any recommendations on that to get your kids motivated to clean up their messes, please leave them in the comments and let me know. But all in all, that is the playroom. I'm so glad that it's finished. I'm gonna go rest now and get ready. I have to work tomorrow, so I'm glad that I had this marked off of my list of things to do. I got it done and it's taken care of. I don't have to worry about it anymore. But this is how it turned out. I hope y'all liked it. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. Again, in the comment section, let me know if you have any recommendations or tips and tricks with your kids, like I said, to kind of help them participate in the chores so that it doesn't all fall on us as parents. Anything else that you have nice that you want to say, and let me know. Thanks, guys. Until next time, bye. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a video that's going to be all things organizing, cleaning, and decluttering. I have a very busy day planned today, but I'm fixing to start on my master closet, and I'm going to organize it and clean it because it's really bad. But also in this video you'll see a little bit of me cleaning out my daughter's dressers in her room and cleaning out the fridge and also cleaning the laundry room because it's tended to be a catch-all for a while and it's really been needing cleaned up and just things kind of put away as they need to be. Most of the video will probably consist of my master closet because I have a feeling it's going to take me a while to get it under control. But I have set a time limit for myself for 1 hour. So I'm hoping to get it cleaned and organized within the hour because, like I said, I have a lot of things to do today, but also I just don't want to spend all day long cleaning my closet. I have no desire to be in my closet all day long today. So I'm going to turn the camera around. I'm going to show you my closet, how it's set up, and how bad it is. So my master closet is right off of my master bathroom, and we have a sliding barn door. As you enter the closet, we have, this is my side. See, I told y'all it is terrible. We still have bins from when we moved in. There's still clothes in that. I need to go through it. Not all of this is my stuff. Some of this is my children's clothes. I'm sure they have toys in here. Like I said, it's just been neglected for a while now, so I need to go through it. But there is a his and her side to the closet. I'm going to back up so you can see more of how it's set up in here. So when we had our contractor build this house, I knew I wanted dressers in my closet because I didn't want them in the bedroom. And I didn't actually have my contractor build these dressers. These are actually IKEA dressers, and they are the 6-drawer Mom, M-A-L-M dressers, and I bought 2 of them. One for my side and one for my husband's side. His is kind of hard to see. They are, I just looked it up, and they're like $200 at IKEA. They are extremely sturdy. And I loved it because they came white, just like this. I didn't have to sand them, prime them, paint them. Me and my dad just assembled them and then pushed them against the wall. And then I had my contractor build shelving, which you can hardly see for all my clothes and junk, but shelving around the closet so it looks like one big built-in. This closet actually ended up not costing us much money because we had the dressers, and then the materials for the rest of it was fairly easy. But I like it. I just have got to get it under control. It needs to be cleaned and organized so bad, and so that's what we're going to do today. So let's get started. So the first thing I'm doing is taking all of the clothes and items off the top of this dresser, and I was just putting them into piles as far as like what's short sleeves, long sleeves, pants, if it's mine, if it's not mine, and any toys and things like that. And I was also throwing away things that didn't need to be there, that was just trash. Basically just sorting through all of the things to clear off the top of this dresser and start opening up some space. One thing that I did, because I had a strict time limit of 1 hour for this closet, is I looked at my closet and saw what I was working with to figure out exactly about how many sections or areas needed my attention. And I decided to set a timer on my Alexa for 20 minutes. And that way I could stop in between to kind of reevaluate where I was at with the cleaning process and make sure that I was staying on track. Disclaimer, it actually ended up taking me quite a bit longer than 1 hour. So as you can see, I've gone ahead and organized my shoes, and I also cleaned off the shelves whenever I did that. Over here was that mountain of clothes, and I've cleaned that off, organized those clothes, and put them into piles so that when I go to put those away, it'll be easier for me. The next thing I'm going to do is focus on the clothes that are hanging up. This side over here is shared with my husband. I'm going to try to organize his clothes and my clothes and make it a little bit less crowded and more, put together, where you can kind of see where things are and get things in maybe an appropriate season. Right now we've got a lot of winter stuff out. It's obviously turning into summer, so I'm going to try to pull some summer things out and make that more accessible. And then this side was intended to have like dresses and jeans and stuff. I'm not crazy about the way that it hangs over my shoes, but it is what it is for now until I can figure out something different. But I'm going to try to fix that because right now I just feel like it's a hot mess. And so I'm going to organize that as well. I want to show y'all really quick something that I bought. So like I said, this dresser, I bought 2 of these, were from IKEA. And I bought when I was there, I saw they had these like organizing sets for your dressers. I'm going to show you. They're really cool. So they come like this. I'm going to do this one-handed. But when you open it, it turns into like a little box. And you use the zipper to zip it closed. I'm going to see. I don't remember if I have them already in here or not. No, I didn't. Okay, I'll show you that when I get them in. But basically, you put them in your dresser drawers, and then you can put your clothes in that to have it more organized for like socks, your tank tops and things like that. So I want to show you that too. They weren't expensive. I can't remember now. Let's see if there was a price on it. I can't remember how much it was. But I bought enough to have the sets in this dresser as well as my husband's dresser. He had them for the longest, but then he was like not crazy about it and he took his out, and so that's why I have a ton over here that I probably will use in my kids' dressers because they need some type of organization system as well. But those are super cool. So if you ever go to IKEA, they're not expensive and they are definitely handy when it comes to organizing your dressers. I'm going to get back to cleaning and organizing, and so we'll see how it turns out. I really don't like how my dresses hang over the shoes here. I do have a shoe rack below this area in my closet. So I'm moving all of the longer items to the right end of the shelf. That way they will hang off to the side and prevent them from being on top of like my shoes and boots. And I feel like that will help. On this side of the closet, like I said, I have dresses, I have some skirts, and I have pants. I try to put things in order as far as like long sleeve dresses, short sleeve dresses, pants, and skirts, just to make it easier and more appropriate as far as like seasonal. That's what I feel like works best in my closet for organizing. I know some people do it per color, which I think is really pretty too. I'm just very kind of basic when it comes to my clothes, so I can't really organize it color coordinated, but doing it season wise really helps for me. After I finished all of the things that were hanging up and organizing that, I moved on to my dresser. So I have a 6-drawer dresser from IKEA, and I would go through each dresser drawer one at a time and pull out all the items, sort through those clothes as far as what should be in there and what I need to pull out because I don't wear anymore or I don't like and I've kind of decided to get rid of. And then once I figured out what's going to go in each drawer, I would use these organizing systems from IKEA to open up and put in the dressers. I think that these little organized systems that I showed earlier, the little black boxes, are super handy. They make your dressers less cluttered and it just helps it feel more open and more clean. And it makes it feel like I kind of can see what items I have easier and getting to things better. I really enjoy them. They're not very expensive. So if you ever go to IKEA, definitely check those out because they can transform any dresser. So I've organized the hanging clothes on this side of the closet. I organized the shoes on the shoe shelves and racks. And I did the dresses and pants. I kind of maneuvered those so that it wouldn't hit my shoes as much. I cleaned out my side of my shelves. And as you can see, my side with my dresser looks 100 times better. And then I'm going to show you on the inside how I use those organizers. I have 2 in here. And then 1 in the back for like my long sleeve shirts because I'm not needing those right now. And then this is like pajamas. I love those little organizers because they're so easy. I don't have any in here, but those are just pants. And then this is just extra t-shirts and stuff. But all in all, it looks so much better. So much more organized and clean. And so like I said in this video, I'm going to show you some cleaning out of my daughter's closet. No, not her closet, my daughter's dressers, excuse me. And the fridge and the laundry room. But this was just a good organizing video that I wanted to share too. So keep watching for more. Now moving on to my youngest daughter's room. She has a ton of clothes because she's the youngest, so she gets all the hand-me-downs. And I'm trying to go through her clothes and sort through it to see what she can still wear and what items need to be pulled out. We are getting ready for summer, as I'm sure you are too, so I'm pulling out all the winter items and things that take up a lot of space in her dressers and putting those away and creating boxes to give to other kids who might need more clothes, because goodness knows we have way more than we can ever use. So I like to go through that each season and make room for other items to come in so it's not crowded and not cluttered. But I like to just take this time to sit down on the floor, pull everything out, and just like I did my clothes in my dresser, I put things into piles and then organize it that way because I feel like it works best and I can see what all she has and if there's anything else that she needs. Once I have all her clothes organized and I know what she's going to keep, I will fold and put them away in the drawers. I try to use the bigger, deeper drawers for larger items like her shorts and t-shirts. Anything she has more items of, I'll put them in those dressers just because it prevents them from being overly crowded. And then sometimes I'll mix it up just depending on the season as far as what goes in what drawer, and depends on how many items she has of each so that it will fit appropriately, because I hate trying to push dressers closed and you can't get them because there's so many items in there. Also, my daughter, it doesn't matter how hot it is, it doesn't matter anything at all, but she's obsessed with footed fleece sleepers. So she has her own little dresser to the side with a ton of those because she thinks she can never have too many. My laundry room is right off the back door, so it's tend to become a place of what I call a catch-all, where we have come in and used this countertop space just to set all kinds of items. And whenever I have a party or we host an event, it's always one of those rooms that's off to the side that you can just shove all the items that you don't want people to see in and then close the door. So the laundry room has kind of turned into a pigsty over time. So I have decided that today is the day that I'm going to finally clean out and organize the laundry room and make it feel so much better. And I'm so glad I did, because once it was over and done, it's felt so fresh and so clean, and it's made me actually kind of excited to go in there and do laundry. And I have a lot of things planned for this laundry room. It's pretty basic right now. It was one of those items when we moved in, it was like just make it functional and then we'll move on to something else, and at a later date I will come in and update the laundry room how I would like it. So that's on my list of some projects, and I have some fun things planned for this room. I can't wait to get in there and do it. It's going to be exciting, and I really love DIY stuff, so that's one of my passions for sure, and I can't wait to do that laundry room and take y'all along with me at a later date. I just use Windex to clean off my washer and dryer. They are a glass top, so it cleans really easy this way and it doesn't leave any streaks. But washers and dryers tend to get, or at least mine do, collect dust pretty easy. So maybe once a week or once every couple weeks I'll go through with just a damp rag or paper towel and spray it off with the Windex and get it nice and clean. But I found that this really helps, and it just kind of finalized me cleaning the laundry room to make it look all put together. So this is the last portion of the video, and it is just a really quick fridge clean out. I was checking dates on items and throwing away things that didn't need to be in there. We were actually getting ready to go on a trip before I filmed this portion of the video, so I wanted to make sure that the fridge was completely cleaned out because I didn't want to come home to a science project or anything like that. Also, anytime that I am going to the grocery store, I always try to go ahead and pull out things that I know are old that we don't need anymore, because I don't like coming home and having a cluttered fridge, or I can't put the new groceries away because old items are taking up space. But that is about it. I hope y'all have enjoyed this cleaning and organizing video, especially the closet organization portion. That was fun, and I'm super excited about my closet. It's very clean now and organized, and it just helps me feel ready to take on the summer and just enjoy my time with the kids here at home and all of the functions and activities that we do in the summer. So I felt like doing that cleaning and organizing and decluttering was just going to help kickstart the summer and help me prepare moving forward. But if y'all have any questions, please let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. I have a lot of fun summer projects planned ahead that I'm going to be filming as well. So let me know if you have any video requests. And until next time, I will see you all again. Bye, guys. My name is Haley, and this is the House for Hosting. Today I'm going to show you how to clean your room in 7 steps. It's going to be a very efficient way for you to clean your room and get it done fast and easy. That way you can spend the rest of your day doing whatever you please. Now I'm in my daughter's room. As you can see, it is a hot mess express, but I'm going to show you how I can take a room this bad and clean it quick and easy and get on to the rest of my day and the other things I have planned. But first, I want you to do me a favor. Click that subscribe button below this video, because you're not going to want to miss any of my future uploads. I upload on every Tuesday, so you don't want to miss out on that. And without further ado, let's get this room clean. Step 1 is making the bed. I like to start with making the bed first because it creates a sense of a table where you can set belongings down whenever you're folding clothes or picking up items. And whenever you have your bed made first, it just kind of ties the room together and makes it get the feel of clean and organized, and that way you're more motivated to keep getting the job done. So making your bed first is one simple way to start off cleaning your room fast and efficiently. Also, by making your bed first, you're able to go ahead and get those pillows and blankets off the floor, which creates more floor room and helps the room automatically look and feel cleaner. So that's another reason I start with the bed. Step number 2 is picking up your dirty clothes. If your room looks like this, you probably have clothes all over the bedroom and all over the floor. So go ahead and pick up all those dirty clothes and throw them into one pile and separate them from your clean ones. And then you can take your dirty clothes and throw them in the basket. This is going to help you be able to organize your room and get it cleaned faster. So start by separating your clean clothes and your dirty clothes and put them into separate piles. Now that we have our dirty clothes and clean clothes separated, we can go ahead and fold the clean clothes and put them away. I like to start out by separating the clean clothes into different piles. That way I know what goes where. I fold those and then I can put them away. And then for items that don't get put into the dresser, I will put them on hangers and hang them up. Again, this is why we make the bed first, because it serves as a table to take those clothes that you have folded and set them out on the bed so that you can see what you have and know what to put where, versus having everything all in the floor. And again, when your floor is cleaned off, you automatically start to feel that the room is getting cleaner, so it motivates you to keep going. Step number 4, throw away trash. I'm sure you don't have this much trash in your room, but if you do, that's okay. Grab a trash bag and throw away unused items, trash, water bottles, paper, anything that you find laying around. My daughter has this desk that she loves to stick stuff all over, so there was tons of trash over here, and she had several water bottles in the room as well. So I'm just taking the trash bag and going through her room and throwing away items that she doesn't need and that just need to be taken out. Again, this is another way to declutter and organize, so go ahead and get that trash bag and pick up all the trash in the bedroom. Once I have the trash picked up, I'm able to clean off her desk and kind of organize it better. She does have a lot of things on here, some things she needs and uses because she does homework here. So I just like to organize it and stack it better, but getting rid of the trash helps me to be able to do that much easier and more efficiently. Step 5 is wiping down dressers and desk. I'm actually using Clorox wipes today because she had some crayons and markers on top of her table that needed to be cleaned off. If I don't have items like that to be cleaning, then generally I will just dust with Pledge or something like that, but these Clorox wipes are working good and getting things up and helping clean off her tables and dressers well, so they worked very good and helped the room feel cleaner and smell cleaner. And so I'm just wiping down all of her tables and all of her dressers. I love it when I get to this phase in cleaning a room because it just reminds me how much closer I am to being done, so that I can move on with the rest of my chores and the things I need to get done for the day. But being able to wipe off your dressers and wipe off your tables, again, when you get to that point, you know that you're almost there because you've cleaned everything off, you've organized, it looks better, it feels better, and it smells better. Step number 6, clean mirrors. My daughter has this long body mirror that is super cute. We used to have it hanging, but we rearranged her room, and so I've just kind of propped it against the wall. But I am taking Windex and cleaning off this mirror. If you have mirrors in your room, then you can take the Windex and clean it off as well. Again, this just helps the room get tied together and feel clean and much more organized and ready to go. And for our final step, vacuuming. If you've made it this far, then pat yourself on the back because your room is about to be 100% done, clean, and organized, and you can move on with your day. I honestly love when I get to this point in cleaning. Number 1, because it means I'm basically done, but number 2, I actually really enjoy vacuuming because when I'm vacuuming carpet, I see the carpet lines, and I don't know why, it's just something that gives me pleasure. So there's that. But I like to vacuum, so being able to be at this place where I can see her room open, clean, and vacuum the floors, it lets me know that I'm done, and it looks so much better, it's so much more organized, and it helps me feel better. So vacuuming is your step number 7, and it means that you are done. Well, I hope that helped you whenever you go to clean your room. With these easy steps, it's going to allow you to make your room clean, fast, and easy, and be much more efficient. So I hope that you learned something today. Please don't forget to subscribe, click the like, and let me know if this helped you on cleaning your room fast and easy. And until next time, bye guys. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope that everyone is having a happy Memorial Day weekend, and I wanted to just film this quick video of a power hour cleaning. I've been spending my weekend just cleaning up the house, getting things in order, and I've also been working in my flower bed, which it's been a great weekend for that. It hasn't been too hot, but still, anytime you have to do stuff like that, it's always pretty tedious and takes time, along with doing the housework too. But when it's all done, I will be happy and I can sit back and enjoy it. So for today's power hour cleaning, I am hitting the high points with laundry, and I'm going to clean up my girls' rooms because the upstairs is looking pretty bad. And you'll see me clean off the stair landing as well. We went through my closet. If you haven't seen that video where I organized the closet, please check it out. But I have boxes and containers from the things that I pulled out of my closet that need to be put away in the attic. So I spent some time cleaning off the stair landing as well, and then vacuuming it. And then, of course, doing the dishes and just other routine, regular cleaning things that needed to be done. So, side note, I had absolutely no idea that the dishwasher had a filter, and maybe this is something that you have known forever and I just am new to the game. But the other day I was watching another YouTube video and she was cleaning, and she actually took out this filter and screen on the bottom of the dishwasher to clean it. And I was like, oh my goodness, I have to check mine because I've never done that and mine surely needs to be cleaned. Sure enough, y'all, I looked down there and there was a screen and there was a filter, and mine came out pretty easy. You just twist it to unlock it and pull out the filter, and then the screen part just popped right out. It wasn't terribly dirty. We've only been here for a year and our dishwasher was new, obviously, when we built the house. But if that's something that you've never cleaned, I highly recommend you check that. Ours did have some things kind of stopping it up and blocking it, so it did need a little bit of cleaning. I don't know the exact time that you're supposed to clean it and how frequently, but it's something that now that I know it's there, I will be checking pretty frequently, if not each month, maybe every 3 months or so, like when I change air filters. But it cleaned up pretty easily, and I hope that'll help. I know sometimes people have problems with the dishwashers kind of having an odor, and I've actually at our old house cleaned the dishwasher using a cup of vinegar, just distilled vinegar, putting it at the top of the top rack and then running the dishwasher empty and letting the vinegar and the water kind of clean the dishwasher itself. So you can try that also, but definitely take a look at your filters and pull those out and clean those. There's nothing quite like filming yourself cleaning and going back and watching your videos to see the things your children were doing that you never noticed. I laughed so hard watching my daughter climb over our couch. From this angle, it almost looks like she's on top of the counters, but she's actually climbing on the back of the couch over and over, and I thought that was hilarious. So I had just a few dishes in the sink and I decided to just hand wash those versus sticking them in the dishwasher. Especially my mixing bowl, it can be a little bit bulky and didn't want to put it in the dishwasher to take up much room. So I just went ahead and did that. Also, I saw the other day, or I have seen several videos, and everyone seems to be cleaning with those Scrub Daddy brushes or sponges is what they are. And I was at the store the other day and I looked up and saw it, and this one was a Scrub Mommy, and I thought it was cuter than the Scrub Daddy, so I actually got it. They're super cheap, but I really liked cleaning with it. I mean, if you saw, I cleaned the bottom of the dishwasher with it, and then I washed it out really good, which it came clean super easy, and then I cleaned off the sink. So if you don't have one of those, they're really cheap. They were only like $1 or $2 at the dollar store whenever I saw it, but it cleans pretty good. So get one of those and try that out. Also, I like to wipe down my counters in the kitchen. I feel like one way to make my kitchen look clean and fresh is to handle the dishes and then wipe down my counters. If I don't have time for a super deep cleaning, then I will do this. So when I'm doing a power hour cleaning, I hit the high points, but these high points tend to make the kitchen feel like I have spent hours cleaning it, even if I haven't. So that helps a lot. So now moving on to the upstairs. My oldest daughter had actually already cleaned her room for the most part, thankfully. So I went ahead and made up her bed just to make her room look fresh and clean and have it all put together. So her room didn't take me too terribly long. After her room, I moved on to the youngest daughter's room, and we've been having some kids over since school's out now, and they've been playing, and they've spent more time playing in her room, so it's kind of been looking pretty bad, and you'll see that here soon. And here we are. So her room usually does not get played in much, and she doesn't even sleep in here hardly ever. But like I said, we've had some friends over and they have kind of just played, and so it needed to be picked up. One thing that I remember I used to do as a child that I still do now when I'm cleaning is, in particular in a bedroom, if I feel overwhelmed by the room being a mess and I have to clean it, I'll do it in sections because it helps me feel like I clean it faster and it doesn't take as long and it doesn't seem like the task is so daunting. So starting with one side of the bed, I'll clean this complete side of the room and do everything that this side of the room needs to be done, and then I'll move towards the front or the end of the bed, which is this angle now, and then the opposite side. Sometimes I will make the bed first or make the bed last. If you make the bed first, I have found that it gives you more room to lay things out on the bed if you need space to pick the stuff off the floor or to organize, especially like clothing when you're folding clothes and stuff. My daughter, the oldest, has this gymnastics mat that Santa Claus got her for Christmas this year, and it was in here, so it kind of worked out conveniently for folding clothes and laying things out on. So I didn't start with the bed here. I usually mix that up. There's really no rhyme or reason as far as how you do it, and you don't even have to clean that way. It's just something that for me helps whenever I break it up into sections and doing it, rather than kind of walking all over the room and feeling like I'm wandering around aimlessly. I feel like breaking it up in sections helps me clean it faster and easier, and then when it's done, I can look back and be proud. So this is the last thing for my power hour cleaning video. I'm cleaning off the stair landing and putting away things that need to be put up, such as the totes and bins from when I cleaned out my closet, as well as the kids' toys that they have taken upstairs and downstairs and all over the house. And as they've been told to bring them up, they tend to just throw them right here at the stair landing versus putting them away. So I'm trying to organize all of that and clean it off. And then once it's all clean, I'm gonna vacuum it just to make it look nice and put together. I try to avoid going upstairs, which is why it looks so bad, but sometimes you just have to take the bull by the horns and get things done. So it felt nice to get this cleaned off and organized and vacuumed. I hope that this power hour video has inspired you to get some quick cleaning done and do what you can with the little free moments in life, but I also hope that everyone has had or has a safe and happy Memorial Day weekend. If you like this video, let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this and more how-tos coming up soon. Thanks again. Bye guys. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to film a real quick video of kind of like a power hour cleaning. I don't have a lot of time. We're about to go to my parents' house for a little get together, but I really need to get my house in order first, and so I thought it would be a good opportunity to show you how I just do kind of like a speed cleaning or just tidying up the house really fast. Again, like I said, it's just like a power hour cleaning, nothing super in depth, but just kind of picking things up and getting them where they belong so that the house feels nice and fresh and clean. So I'm going to show you how I do that and take you along with me. So let's get started. I try to look for little open opportunities like this to pick up the house. Especially whenever I don't have a lot of time to deep clean. I feel like this really helps me keep my house under control and at bay. It helps a lot with my anxiety. As I've said before, my kitchen and my living room are very open, and when you walk in, those are the first things that you see. So I definitely try to keep those under control, although sometimes I fail at that. But when I have moments like today when I can just pick up really quick, those few minutes really do make a massive difference in the way that I feel about my house, and it just prepares me moving forward, and it helps me be able to manage things better. And I've noticed that my family, they seem to operate better when things are more under control and organized as well. I think it's just the human nature in us. Lately, I have been trying to load everything I can in the dishwasher, but I've noticed if there are a few larger dishes that won't fit, I am trying to go ahead and wash those as well as dry them and put them away, and then clean out my sink. I feel like having an empty sink has also been one thing that has helped me feel better about my house, and it doesn't make me feel like I have this huge task ahead of me. I absolutely hate walking into the kitchen and seeing the sink full of dishes. It just makes me feel like I have a huge task ahead of me to conquer. So doing this by just simply washing those few dishes that are left and cleaning out the sink has been something that I feel like has really helped when I'm cleaning. Also, I heard a plumber one time say that if you don't traditionally hand wash your dishes frequently, then you should fill your sink with water at least once every week if you can, but if not, maybe once a month. But at least try to fill your sink up with water and then just let it drain. But this will help prevent any clogs in your pipes, and it'll help your drains to work smoothly. And so whenever I'm cleaning the kitchen like this, I try to use that opportunity when I'm cleaning off the counters just to fill my sink up. We have a farmhouse sink, which I absolutely love. I did not want a split sink at all. I liked having one large sink, so it takes a while to fill it up, but I feel like if I do that once every week or once every couple weeks, that it really does help how it drains. I'm definitely convinced that laundry is a never-ending chore. However, I think that if I start a load in the morning and I try to check it again in the evening, it's helped me feel like I don't have to spend the entire day in the laundry room, especially with a family of 4 and 2 small kids. It just helps if I'm constantly doing just at least a load or 2 here and there versus having to spend, like I said, a full day focusing on laundry. This playroom honestly needs about a solid week of my attention. When I can find the time to do that, I'm definitely going to sit down and do it, and I'm going to go through all of these toys and give away so much because these kids have way more than they ever need, as most do. But I feel like coming up here and just picking things up and trying to kind of put things in their spot, even though it might not last that long, it makes me feel better, especially when I have to walk past it, because I absolutely dread going upstairs and seeing the playroom or the kids' bedrooms because they're always a wreck. But anytime I get a chance like this to come and just pick it up, even if I'm not like deep cleaning and organizing it, just kind of putting things in their spot and having it not look so cluttered and such a mess, or to the point where you could at least walk in the room and not break your neck, I definitely feel like that helps a lot. And we're back to the laundry. So like I said before, taking your laundry and separating it out into piles of each person's laundry has really helped me when I'm folding it and being able to put it away faster. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm separating it with each girl's pile and then my husband's and then mine. And I still feel like it takes me forever to fold clothes because we have so many. But it does help just knowing that each person's is in one section and I'm not constantly having to go back and forth between the basket and turning around. So I feel like that helps. And if you see me constantly looking up during this video, it's because we have a balcony and my kids were upstairs. The youngest in particular had found a water gun and she was shooting me from the balcony. That is how we roll around here. So if I don't have the time to do all of my floors, I will at least vacuum the area rug in my living room and then the hardwood in the living room and the kitchen, just because it's a high traffic area and it tends to get dirty faster than others. And again, since we are frequently walking on that, it helps me feel better just to feel like my floors are clean when I at least clean those areas. So that's about it. That is a quick way to get your house clean and in order, and just make it feel fresh when you don't have a lot of time to dedicate to cleaning your house. You can quickly and easily just pick things up and put them in their place, and it just makes the space feel so much better. I know for me personally, it helps a lot with my anxiety if I feel like things are in their place. And it just makes it a lot easier, especially as I start my week. So I really hope that helped y'all, gave you a little bit of cleaning inspiration. Again, like I said, you don't need a lot of time to get it clean. Just pick things up and put them in their place. I have some really fun videos planned ahead, so I hope y'all are enjoying this. If you have any more video requests, please leave them in the comments because I have enjoyed those as well. And like I said, just keep on watching and don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, bye guys. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Haley and this is the house for hosting. I'm so glad that you found my channel and that you are watching this video today. I have a fun one ahead. We're doing a fridge clean out. As you can see, my fridge was in desperate need of being cleaned out and organized, and so I felt like it was the perfect opportunity to take y'all along with me and show you how I do that. Now I do want to just cover a few things before we even get into the video. So for starters, I have a big goal. I'm new to YouTube, as I have mentioned before, and as you can see, my channel is fairly new. I started a couple months ago, and as I've started, I'm learning things such as the more subscribers you have, you are able to unlock certain features at YouTube. And my first personal goal is to get to 500 subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed yet, I hope that you'll go and subscribe, and I would love it if you would share my channel with a friend or someone who you think would love watching my videos as well, because my goal is to get to 500 subscribers. I would love to be there by the end of September, but we will see what happens. So if y'all will, go subscribe and help me get there. So like I said, today we are doing a fridge clean out, and if you're new here and you haven't seen any of my other uploads, then head back to my channel, because last week and the week before I shared a house project. Not only do I do cleaning videos, but I also like to do DIY things and how-to videos. And last week and the week before, I completed a big project at my house. In the kitchen, I did the tile backsplash, and I created a 2-part video showing y'all how you can do your own tile backsplash as well. If that's something that you have been interested in or just kind of want to watch for fun, please go check it out. I'm so proud of my kitchen. I'm proud of the tile backsplash. I'm proud that it's finished, but I love it and I love how it turned out. So y'all check out that video. And then coming up next week, I'm currently working on a back to school video, because it's that time and I do have kids. My youngest is going to be starting this year. She'll be going to pre-K. So we've been getting everything ready and it's been fun. And so I thought that would be really cool to do a back to school video and kind of just talk about routines while we're in school and things such as that. So be on the lookout. Again, like I said, if you haven't subscribed, please do, so that you don't miss any of my uploads. And now let's get right into it. So for starters, I clean out my fridge. I try to throw away each week before I go to the grocery store, like things that I know are out of date or empty that we don't need anymore. And then ideally once a month, I will give my fridge a quote-unquote bath or a deep cleaning. And as you will see, basically my fridge got a bath and it was amazing. So I am taking out the drawers here and I'm cleaning them and then putting them back. I love my fridge. We got this when we built our house. It was a part of our appliance package, and it was a really nice fridge. What I love most about it is that basically every single thing comes out and I can hand wash it, and that's what I did today. So I started out from the bottom and worked my way up, and I just took out all of the food in each shelf and then pulled the drawers out and put it in the sink to wash them good and dry them. Then once I finished that, I put it back and I organized the food back. Now you will see this was due for me to go to the grocery store, so when it's all done, my fridge looks very bare, but that is why I felt like it was easier to clean the fridge out before going to the grocery store versus doing it when the fridge was fully stocked. So just follow along with me and let's get it clean. So I love that these drawers in the fridge come completely out, and I took them out and then I cleaned where they normally would sit inside because crumbs seem to fall back there, which I didn't even understand that. Like, how does crumbs fall in the fridge? But anyways, if you've ever cleaned out your fridge, you know what I'm talking about. The mysterious crumbs are there, food leaks, all of the things. Side story, the other morning I got up and I was getting ready and I was about to leave for work. I opened the fridge to grab a drink, and y'all, we had chocolate milk, and somebody put the chocolate milk back up, laid it down because it couldn't fit in the door, didn't screw the lid on correctly, and it had dripped all in the fridge all night long. So my fridge got a little pre-cleaning that day before I went to work, and needless to say, I was not very happy. So I had to have a discussion with my husband that day. But anyways, as you'll see later, those drawers had to come completely apart because there was chocolate milk like that had leaked down inside of it. And to my surprise, the bottom of the drawers actually popped off of the container, which you can see here. Thankfully, that made cleaning it much easier because I wasn't sure how I was going to get that out. But anyways, that was another chore. A mother's work is never done. That's what I've learned over the years. But anyways, it feels good when you can pull this stuff out and clean it and it looks nice. And to me, it's just kind of relaxing, and it definitely helps whenever I have stuff in order and clean and put back together. Okay, I got a question, and you can let me know your answer in the comments. I know most of you will say that you don't enjoy doing housework and chores, and I will completely agree with you. But of all the chores and all the housework that you have to do and that you do, what would you say is your most favorite or enjoyable or relaxing? We'll call it that. For me, I technically have two, and it would be either washing dishes or vacuuming. And I think that it's something about like running the water over the dishes that just kind of like calms me. I like that. And then running the vacuum cleaner. I joke about the vacuum cleaner. I say I like it because it drowns out my kids. That's a joke, although kind of serious. And they're fighting. But also, I think it's just the sound. It's just like soothing. And then there's just something special about having those clean lines when you get done vacuuming to look back on. And I'm always like, okay, nobody walk on the carpet. We're going to have to learn how to fly. But anyways, all jokes aside, if you have a certain chore that you enjoy the most or you find the most relaxing, let me know in the comments what it is. Alright, so now that I have all the drawers clean, I can put them away and start organizing the food back how it is. Now this was pre-grocery shopping, so my fridge is going to look pretty bare, but I did have some things that needed to be put up that were still good, such as these yogurt drinks. My kids love these, and I think it's a good snack that I am okay with them having at nighttime before bed or in the afternoon. And what I love about it, it's something that they can easily grab and open, and they don't need my help, and that's amazing because I'm all about that. Now, as you can see, my little helper had to join me because she wanted to put her stuff back how she wanted it, and I had to give a little critique of how I wanted it, but we got it done together. So in this drawer, I do the yogurt drinks, and then I will do string cheese. I'm kind of getting stuck on the snacks, so if y'all have recommendations of like healthy snacks that are easy and won't break the bank, let me know in the comments. Right now we do a lot of yogurt, a lot of cheese, a lot of fruit. So if you have anything else, recommendations, then let me know that. As I said, I'm working bottom to top, and once I finished the drawers, I started going up to the shelves. Now this shelf was big, and it's actually glass. It was really hard to get out. I think going forward, cleaning my fridge again, I'm going to try to avoid cleaning that avoid taking it out and washing it unless it just has to be done. If there's another spilled milk incident, then it will have to come out, but ideally if I can clean it in the fridge, I think that's going to be better, because I was like scratching my fridge trying to get it out, and it was glass and it was just making me nervous. But these other shelves, they just pop out really easily, so that made it easy for cleaning. And then of course, I know I can't be the only one who ends up with like 15 half-drank juice bottles that you have to pour out. But anyways, again, like I said, today is the clean out day, so I was getting rid of all the things that I knew were old and out of date and we didn't need anymore, and then organizing all of the stuff. So when we were building, I knew I was going to want things organized good, and I bought several of these like clear bin organizers, and I've also got them in my pantry. If you haven't seen, I did do a pantry organization video, so check that one out. But I love these clear plastic bins. You can get them from Walmart or Amazon, or you can even find them if you have like a TJ Maxx or Marshalls. So you can take those and put your condiments in there, and it helps organize your fridge and keep things in order. We have like 15 half-used pickle jars for whatever reason, so this works great to keep things together. And then other sauces in ones like this. I like it because you can mix it up. You can put whatever you want in there, however you like, but it just makes it so much better when you put it back in the fridge and everything is together. I do have to kind of keep on to my family about, hey, when you put that back, put it back in its little particular box because that's how I like it to look, and it just helps the fridge stay cleaner longer when we do that. But again, if you have to go behind them as I do and put it back how you want, that's okay too. So my fridge has this pull-out drawer, which I love for like fruit and vegetables and salad mix, and thankfully the whole drawer comes out. It is pretty big, but I have a big farmhouse sink, and so for the most part it fit into the sink, so I was able to wash it and clean it out. Something had leaked inside of it. I don't know what. It was a mystery that I wasn't trying to figure out. I just wanted to get it clean. So you'll see me trying to wash it and get that clean out, and then putting fruit back in it. I would like to purchase a container or certain type of container for my fruits. I don't have anything like that yet, so I'm kind of in the market for that. If y'all have any recommendations or any that you have and you like, please let me know in the comments, because I am definitely looking for something that I can use. I showed you the clear plastic bins in the main fridge for the condiments, so anything that would fit in here for like fruits and vegetables or even salad mix, something that would just, help it be cleaner and look more organized, I'm definitely open for that. So like I said, this thing is big, and so I was trying to empty the dirty water into the sink and not on the counter or in the floor. So I had to recruit my oldest child to help me kind of tilt this up and get it cleaned out as well, but we got it done, thankfully, with no extra messes. Another thing that I have used for this entire fridge clean out is my Scrub Daddy sponge. I got on the bandwagon after joining YouTube and seeing many other women using this sponge to clean their house. I thought, you know, what's the big deal? It's just a sponge. And then I purchased the sponge and I realized the fuss because, y'all, the sponge, it's like it holds the soap and the suds for long. Like, you don't have to keep adding more soap. It just, I don't know, it's just amazing. Like, I like it, and they're cheap. I think I got mine honestly from the store up the road, like the dollar store, for just like $3, and I love it. And I have a little caddy in my sink that I can rinse it and just let it sit there so it doesn't get dirty or like mildewy. But I'm loving this sponge, and I like that it has a soft side and a coarse side, because for the most part on my fridge I use the soft side. I didn't want to scratch up the drawers or anything like that. But it got my fridge very clean, and I use it all over the place whenever I'm cleaning. So if you haven't ever gotten one of the Scrub Daddy sponges, definitely get one. It's highly worth it. Now that I have all of the fridge cleaned out and organized, it's time to show you how it turned out. Alright y'all, it's the big reveal. My fridge is finally clean and organized. Again, this was pre-grocery shopping, so it looks very bare, but you can just tell how much cleaner it is, and that makes me so happy. I really hope that y'all enjoyed this clean out video and that it inspired you to get your fridge clean and organized. And if you enjoy watching these videos, like I said, head over to my channel, click the subscribe button. Don't forget to click the bell so you don't miss any of my uploads. Next week, I'll be uploading a back to school video, so be on the lookout for that. But thank y'all so much for being here. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, hit the like, all the things. Thanks again. Bye, y'all. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have a really fun video planned. I'm actually going to be taking you out of the home into my car, and we're going to do a Clean With Me car edition. But first, I wanted to share something with you. I want to say a special thank you to LifeWit for sponsoring this video. I want to show you one of LifeWit's products that I'm loving right now, and I want to tell you all about why I love it and why you need it too. First, today I want to show you the lunchbox cooler. What I love most about this is that it has a large capacity to store all the snacks and all the food that we need. I have 2 kids, and so anytime that I'm going into town, they are always wanting to stop and get food. So for me, packing a snack or taking lunch with us is just more practical, and it helps us save money, which right now, everything is more expensive, and so I'm all about saving some money. I want to show you how deep the lunchbox cooler is. And I love that because I do have 2 children, so I can put both meals in here, no problem. Also, on the side of the cooler, there are these mesh bags, which are perfect for storing their drinks. I love it that it's on both sides so that I can keep the drinks separated. That's extremely handy for me because in the back seat, I could sit this straight in the middle of their seats and they can each reach their drinks right here on the cooler. Also, on the front, there's a compartment for things that don't necessarily need to be hot or cold, like chips or just other snacks like that, like protein bars and stuff like that. Whenever it's time to go and put the cooler in the car or take it with us outside the car, it's extremely easy because there are 2 straps. There's one that goes right here. If I want to carry it like this, Or there's a longer strap that is adjustable with a padded handle on the top that makes it easy for on the go. And I love that, especially the fact that it's adjustable because y'all, come on, I'm short, I need an adjustable strap. And then also this lunch bag cooler is waterproof. It has a liner on the inside which keeps it from leaking whenever you're traveling. So if you're looking for something to take with you to camping or barbecue or hiking or anything on the go, or even something as simple as what I'm using it for when we just go to town to run errands and I want to have extra snacks or lunch with us in the car, then this is something that you should definitely try out because it's perfect for our family, and I think that it'll be perfect for yours as well. Another thing that I'm loving about this is its affordability. You can get this for under $20. So not only is it affordable, but it's also helping me save money because I'm not having to stop and buy fast food for my kids. We can have lunch on the go or snacks with us at all times. So if you haven't tried it, I recommend that you try LifeWit lunch cooler bags. Especially this one here. They have different colors and different styles, so definitely check them out. And I want to show you kind of how I pack and I store my cooler bag. My kids really love fruit. They're not picky eaters at all, which is definitely helpful. And whenever I am packing a lunch on the go, I try to add nutritional things in there just because I don't like feeding my kids fast food all the time. I know it gets convenient, and whenever you're going to town and you're having to run errands, a lot of times it's just a lot easier to go through a fast food place and get them food. But for me, I tend to feel guilty as a mom if I'm constantly feeding them those things. So being able to pack a lunch that I don't have to feel guilty about and I can have on the go, not only is it affordable and convenient, but it helps me not feel guilty as well. So I love that LifeWit is providing me that opportunity with this cooler bag to be able to bring what we want with this and what we need with this on the go. I don't know about your kids, but mine do not like the crust, so I always have to cut off the crust on the sandwiches, which I feel like ends up wasting so much of the sandwich. However, if the crust is on it, they will not touch it. And I don't know why, because as a kid, I remember not liking the crust either, but now that I'm a grown-up, it really doesn't bother me. And I've seen some people use like cookie cutters to make the sandwiches with these cute shapes. I've personally never done that. I think that it takes away most of the sandwich, but next time maybe I'll give that a try and see if that motivates them to eat even more. This cooler has a lot of room. I could have easily fit 2 more meals in there, one for me and one for my husband, but I wasn't doing that today. But as you can see, there is a deep middle pocket that easily can hold up to 4 meals, maybe even more if they're smaller, but there is a very large capacity in this cooler, and so I love that it's large enough to fit meals for the whole family. And as you can see, the girls' drinks fit perfectly on the side, which is very easy for in the car. Now that I have it all packed, I am ready to go. I'm just going to take a guess that if you have kids, your car looks like this too. And if it doesn't, I'm going to need you to comment and let me know what your secret is, because I have not figured it out yet, but I need to know. I can clean my car out, and within a week, my kids managed to get it back looking like this because they feel that every time we go somewhere, they have to bring toys or they have to bring bags, which is fine. I don't mind them bringing things, but the problem is whenever we return home, they don't bring it back inside and put it away. So then my car ends up looking like this, and I can't take it anymore. So today is the day that I'm finally cleaning it out and it's going to make me feel so much better to have my car clean, because I hate when I have a clean house and I feel good about that, but then it's time to go to town or go somewhere and you go and you get in the car and it's filthy. It makes me feel like I don't have my life together. So today's the day, even though it's hot. My goodness, it was so hot, but it needed to get done and it needed to get cleaned out. And once it's done and it's over, you'll see how good it looks. And then I feel a world better. So I always start out with a couple different bags, and one will be specific for trash, one specific for toys or clothing items, and then another one that'll have things that belong to like me. This makes it easier whenever I take it all back inside and I have to separate what's in the bags, because we all know when you clean your car out, you spend time out there cleaning and working, and then when you come in, you have to clean again to empty the bags. And if I already have them separated by whose items are what, it just makes that process that much easier and faster. So I have a 2013 Maxima, and I really like it. Like, I don't need a super fancy new car or anything like that. I travel a lot, so it doesn't make sense for me to have a super expensive car. And I feel like when you have kids, they're going to be kids. They're going to make a mess. They're going to do those things. So to have a big fancy car that I would spend a lot of money on, it wouldn't make sense for our family, not at this season of our life. But I still want to try to keep it clean and take care of it and vacuum it out and do all of the things just to make sure that we're taking care of the things that we've been blessed with. And if it wasn't so hot, I kind of enjoy like I've always said, I enjoy vacuuming. And to me, vacuuming and getting all the mess cleaned up, it's therapeutic. But again, it was like 100 degrees outside, and so I was about to die. But if it was like the fall, I don't think this project or this chore would have been half as bad. So I'm using a shop vac to just vacuum everything up, and this shop vac that I have has different attachments, as you'll see me use, which helps me get like in the harder to reach areas. But I have seen some people who have like a more compact vacuum, like a handheld one. If you have anything like that and you think it works really good or you like it, please leave it in the comments and let me know what you're using so I can have some other recommendations of things to try out. I would like to have a handheld vacuum. I know one year my husband bought me one for Christmas, and I can't remember exactly what brand it was, but it wasn't the best. Bless him, he tried. It was a thought that counts, but I would love a good handheld vacuum for things like this and in my house, like stairs, just areas that you don't want to take your big, bulky vacuum cleaner to try to help get clean. So if y'all have any recommendations on things like that, let me know in the comments. So I also have to ask, do y'all have like a cleaning routine for your car? Do you have a certain day or time that you clean out your car? Like, how often do you do that? For me, I'm not gonna lie, I honestly just clean it out when it gets to the point that I'm like, okay, I cannot take it anymore, because my anxiety is through the roof. Like I said, I can clean my house. I mean, I live in it, so I see it every day. I can't stand it to be messy and dirty. But it seems like my car gets forgotten. But whenever I've cleaned out my house and I feel like much better, and then I go and get in the car and it's a mess, it just does something. Like, I can't take it. I have to clean it. But I say I'm going to clean it once a week, but that never happens. But I need a good like cleaning schedule, a routine, some accountability. So y'all tell me what you do when it comes to your vehicle, if you have some schedule like that, or if you just clean it as it's needed. But let me know. And again, if you have, any advice for kids within the car, any tips. I've tried putting like a compartment, little storage compartment in the front for trash bags and things like that, so that whenever we get where we're going, again, my kids want to bring toys with us everywhere, so when we get back, it's easy to grab some Walmart sacks, hand them to the kids and say, okay, y'all put all of your belongings in your bags and take it in the house. We've tried that before and it works. It just seems like nothing really sticks. So if y'all have any ideas on ways to keep things clean and organized when it comes to your vehicle, let me know in the comments because I could use any and all advice. So my main focus of cleaning the car today was to get the trash and the toys out and then vacuum up crumbs and food and things like that. I didn't wipe anything down or do any deep cleaning like that, primarily because it was so hot. Like I said, I think it was 100 degrees. I can't remember even what the heat index was, but we have been having a heat advisory like every day here, and it's just been unbearable and insane. So I couldn't stomach the fact to be out there longer to wipe everything down. Although it could use it and it would have been nice. If it wasn't so hot, I would have, but vacuuming the car and getting the trash out, that made a world of difference. And so maybe when it cools down, I'll come back and wipe things down. But for now, doing the vacuuming was about all I could handle, and it was good enough. The back seat always tends to be worse than the front, so I do that first while I have all my energy and focus for that. And then when I come up front, it's not near as bad, but it still gets messy and we still get crumbs and dust everywhere. So obviously I'm vacuuming that, and I'm vacuuming kind of first around, and then I'll take the floor mats out. I found that it's easier to vacuum the floor mats out of the car versus trying to vacuum them in the car. Plus, even with the floor mats, you still get dirt and dust that falls underneath them, but they still help protect the main flooring of the car, so I like that. And I like that my car, I don't understand, I guess it's for tall people, so that's why it doesn't really matter for me, but there's this little section here in the seat that you can pull out, but it never fails. It catches crumbs and stuff. Literally, I work in my car, so obviously it's my office. I eat here, I do all the things, so crumbs and everything gets caught in that little compartment, but it's easy to pull out and vacuum. So my trunk wasn't that bad, surprisingly, other than I had this random rock in the back that I have no idea where it came from or what its purpose is, but I left it there, and again, I don't know why, but anyways, we're vacuuming around the rock. So like I said, there is a couple different attachments for this shop vac that I'm using, and one of them is kind of reminding me like just of a vacuum cleaner handle attachment, which was helpful. I can cover more surface when I'm vacuuming these mats, and I thought about honestly bringing just my regular vacuum cleaner outside and driving it over the mats, but I didn't mess with going inside and getting it and bringing it out. Plus, I really didn't want to drive the wheels on the driveway because then I drive it over my hardwoods in the house. I didn't want to scratch those up. But I tried this and it worked pretty good. But then you'll see later I came back over with like a lint roller just because there was a lot of hair and stuff on the mats that wasn't coming up vacuuming them. And then there's some things that still just were stuck to the mats because, again, my car is older and I have kids, so it wasn't going to come 100% clean, but in the end, they look so much better. So the lint roller really did work and it helped, but I had to peel off the sticky sheet like each time with each mat because you get so much on there, I mean, obviously. So if you're going to use a lint roller, expect to use quite a bit of it for your floor mats, but it definitely helped with getting like the extra dirt and hair and things that didn't come out with vacuuming, and it just gave it that like extra clean look, which it needed and I really liked. So this was the last thing I did for cleaning my car out today, and then I stuck the floor mats back in. And then in the next clip, I'm going to show you the final product of cleaning out my car, as well as where I store my LifeWit cooler lunch bag in the vehicle. So I hope y'all have enjoyed this car clean with me video today. I felt like it would be fun to do something different and outside the house. I know I've done like an outdoor refresh and a few different types of videos, but my car needed to be clean, and so I thought this was the perfect opportunity to take y'all along with me as we did a clean with me car edition. Okay, I have finally finished cleaning out the car and vacuuming. I've gotten it all cleaned up. It looks so much better. I don't know how long it'll actually stay that way because y'all know how my kids are. But really quick, I wanted to show you how I store my LifeWit lunch cooler bag in the car, and I have kind of like the perfect place for it, so I want to show you that as well, and then also want to show you the final result of my car. So let's take a look. It looks so much better. It's amazing what just vacuuming your car out and taking the trash out can do. This is just an easy way to clean out your car, get it looking better, and help you feel better whenever you have it all taken care of. And as you can see, the LifeWit cooler bag fits perfect in the back seat between the girls. It's so handy to have. Like I said, I love it for when we're traveling or running errands in town and we want to bring lunch or snacks. It's perfect for on the go, and it helps our family save money, and again, I don't have to feel guilty about what my kids are eating. So I hope y'all have enjoyed this video today. Give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and let me know for any more video requests or anything that you want to see. Until next time, bye guys.